The H-brace is a critical component to any tension-style fence, especially to this 9-foot tall deer fence I just finished installing around our garden area. The H-brace is made up of a few core components. We have the anchor or end posts here and here. We have the brace post on the other side. We have a cross member here and here, and a diagonal wire called a brace wire or a twitch wire with some sort of adjustable tensioning device installed. This all works together to reinforce the fence and keep it from collapsing or leaning really hard when tension is applied to the wire fencing. I've never built an H-brace before this project, so let's roll it back a couple days and figure it out together. This is the Wild Rose Ranch. This is one of the narrow sections next to our 5-foot gate. So this cross member is going to be at about 4 feet high, which will have our angle of wire at about 35 degrees, which is higher than I'd prefer, but due to how close these tall posts are, that's the best we can do. All the wider H-braces are going to be set at 6 feet high for a 30-degree angle on the wire. Just measuring 4 feet up. And measuring the center of the post. Just got to measure for the cross brace. It's like 52 1/4. For our first side, we need to drill a 3/8 hole for our brace pin. This is going to go halfway into the post and just eyeball a little bit above center, so gravity encourages this from not rotating. Just about 2 inches, 2.5 inches. Once we got this side pounded in with the pin, we're going to come to the other side and drill all the way through with the 10-inch pin in here. We have our 10-inch brace pin. Leave about 3/4 of an inch out to hook your twitch wire, your brace wire on, just over the top of that. That way you don't have to use another staple. On the other side, this is the side towards the corner we're tensioning off of. Just use a staple. We have found setting them vertically, about 2 inches off the ground, and then running your wire through the staple is a nice way to keep everything tidy without falling apart. This is very dignified, makes good content. Got it? I'm just going to come up over the brace pin here. For the gripple, this is sort of like a zip tie for wires. It goes through one way but not the other. You can come in on one side, feed it through, the other side, stab yourself with the wire, feed it through. We have probably more extra than we need. Are we on the pin?
Yeah.
Okay. Pull it by hand. And this is a must with gripples. It's a tensioning tool for the gripple. Ought to be. don't have any smaller bolt cutters. You want to leave about 4 inches of wire here so you can get the tensioning tool back on it in the future and tighten it if you need to. And then I've just been sort of wrapping it back over itself so we don't have too many pokey ends sticking out. Here we have one completed H-brace. This is our corner post. We're going to be tensioning in that direction. So we've marked out at 6 feet right here on the downhill side. We're going to do our partial drilled brace pin, put up our post, slam it in, put the brace pin all the way through on the other side, and then put our wire in at this orientation. The idea being you want to be pulling the top of the second post in your run back this direction and compressing it into that horizontal brace you put in and pushing it back against this post, which then keeps this from going that way while we're tensioning. So the whole thing kind of works in a reinforcing triangle to support everything. That's the power of the H-brace. 7/16. All right, that'll wrap it up for this part of the project. Things went pretty smoothly overall, I would say. We got 8 H-braces set. A couple lessons learned I'll share with you guys. Let's grab the camera here. First one I knew before we started and I just got distracted and didn't do it right. Your gripples ought to be on the inside of the wire. So when you have your fence wiring running right here, you can still get in there and adjust it without being crowded in the future should things slacken up a little bit. Another note, we're using dimensional or square lumber instead of round posts, which would be traditional for this style of fence. Reason being, I couldn't find 12-foot 6-inch posts anywhere locally without ordering an entire flatbed. So we're using square posts. Obviously, with this style, that's not ideal because it bites a lot more. It's not really going to hurt the post in any meaningful way, but it may cause this wire to slacken up sooner as this bites deeper and gets looser. So, and it, it's a little bit ugly, and that one's crooked. That bothers me. Overall, I'd say things went pretty smoothly. This is how we did either direction. We just set one of the twitch wires below the other so they didn't interfere. But overall, I would say this went pretty smoothly. That one's a little bit more squared off. That looks better. Well, thanks for hanging out for this part of the project. We are going to be getting started on tensioning the actual wire for the fence very soon, so stay tuned for that video, hopefully before too long. And in the meantime, have a great spring. It has begun.